Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone here. And hope you're going to have a nice meditate today. We're going to, and welcome Vara.
Thank you.
We're going to be covering a subject which is very interesting, Paramchaitanya. Now that's a Sanskrit word, which many of you may know the meaning of, but Vara, would you like to just briefly, before we go into our first meditation?
Yeah, I think the interesting thing with Sanskrit is one word can have multiple meanings depending on the context. But if you try and take a literal meaning of param means ultimate, you can call it. You can also call it all-pervading. Chaitanya is vibrations, or you could call it energy. So you could call it the all-pervading energy around us, which exists. It doesn't matter whether we recognize it or not. It's not bothered. It just exists. Like, if you look at a tree, a big tree, you acknowledge the existence of the tree. You don't acknowledge. You don't like the color. You like the color. It doesn't. In a very gracious way, it doesn't care. It's like, yeah, it exists. It's like a mountain. It's like a mountain. Yeah. That sort of. That's how I describe Paramchaitanya. The all-pervading energy.
All-pervading energy.
That's existing all around us.
And it's kind of a comforting thing in that if you think of it as like the whole fabric, life is a long piece of fabric. When it's in folds, like in a curtain or a sari, and we are identified with the folds. But the comforting thing is when folds start getting upset with each other, means the different individuals. So you might say something mean about me, and in order not to be upset about it, I'll just remember we're all in the same fabric. And so something mean or something different that someone thinks about you is immaterial because we're all joined, we're all one. So it's it's just it's a flavor. It's not an insult to react to. For instance, it's quite a harsh example. But
No, that's a good point. I think none of the consider humans as animals. None of the tribes in the animal kingdom have this special quality of humans where we're extremely good at finding differences. We're like really good. We know from our biology class that all blood is same color and stuff. But man, we can find differences. And obviously, and people like us who meditate also are pretty good at it. I think we're trying not to, but it'll get there. One thing I just remembered is, you know how in India we eat with our hands, Lynn, right? So I remember going to Sweden, somebody invited on a sandwich or whatever. I mean, it's rare anybody invited anybody, but I was invited. And then I was just brand new, fresh into that country. And I picked up the sandwich and started eating it. And there was two people there. One said, yuck, eat with your hands. And the other one was watching, thinking, like, how do you do it? This person was trying it and they couldn't do it. So one of them was really interested. Like, oh, how do you do it, man? Kind of thing. So obviously I ignored the one who said yuck. I'm like, okay. And this other one I was explaining, oh, this is nothing, we also eat rice with our hands. So rice with your hands, like same culture. Two people having a different judgment of this.
So they had an array of eating equipment.
Yeah.
They're supposed to use one.
Yeah, you know how,
entree, one for
that's it, entree, small fork, and I still don't get it. But it's like, people do it. So then I thought, maybe this other person, perhaps they see themselves as part of that fabric and focusing on the fabric rather than the fold.
Yeah.
Right? And then obviously the person who thought it was very interesting way of eating and they're curious like a scientist, they're probably more evolved.
Yeah, at that moment, less reactionary.
So that I think, if you take it to another level, as long as we find the commonality, the way I see it from a Sahaja Yoga perspective is, you could be black, blue, green with no beard, or with a bit of beard, and or with a bit of makeup, no makeup. Everybody feels thoughtlessness in exactly the same way. Because there is zero thoughts, there is a thought. It doesn't matter where you are from. You could be from anywhere in the world. Could be from Africa, India, America, Europe, wherever. So as long as we focus on that commonality, I think the differences fall off. I mean, you could talk about world peace and stuff a lot. Till cows come home, you can talk about it. But if you don't find that commonality, I think we're just fooling ourselves about world peace.
And you can't really find it unless you get to the thoughtless
That's it.
point. So that's the difference. So if somebody's online who's new today, we're getting to the thoughtless and connection to the Paramchaitanya. So that's the only way we can kind of get out of the folds, really.
And we are not the first to say it. I mean, we're in Australia, which is predominantly Christian. Then, Lord Jesus Christ didn't say, love thy Christian neighbor. He said, love thy neighbor. And all the Indian incarnations, they never said, love thy neighbor who is of the same caste as you. They didn't bother dwelling on the difference, right? You just love thy neighbor. It's pretty universal.
Yeah.
And somehow, as I was saying, we're extremely good at finding those differences. So I suppose if we remind ourselves, I'm not saying I'm good at this all the time, but as long as you remember that concept or theory, I think we'll do a little bit better than yesterday. And Shri Mataji has been all about that for so long. She had no reason, no need really. Like Shri Mataji is like that big mountain who's quite satisfied. She didn't really have to go to all these corners. You remember, Rishi, how many countries it is last count? 80 countries or something?
Yeah. 150.
Like so many countries we went. And gosh, in the early days, she was even traveling in bullock carts.
Yeah.
She didn't really need to. Simply to say that we are more common than we are different.
Yeah.
Just get over it and meditate and you'll be fine, sort of thing.
Because she was actually from quite a wealthy family.
Yeah.
And they had plenty of money, but she lived and could stay and sleep anywhere.
Anyway.
And she made a point of not taking, any comforts to any limit. If the body mucks up, she makes it lie on the ground some more.
So that's one more thing. I mean, gurus are all types. I mean, you got gurus who had, God knows, lots of Bentleys and so on. But then what I feel with our guru is she has lived those principles herself. I mean, who does that? And usually you have a door. Come in. I'll give you nirvana at 100K, sort of thing. So and then she talks about this speech you're going to play. She talks about Paramchaitanya. We won't spoil it for you, but some of those who don't understand that word, she's basically referring to the all-pervading energy, and she brings it to a very very easy level. Like if you look at the Paramchaitanya, all-pervading energy. If you take the first invocation of the first Upanishad, it's called Isha Upanishad. It's about that. You read it, your brain spins. If you look at the Sanskrit meaning of it, it's kind of hard to understand. But then Shri Mataji brings it in a very, just a colloquial way to understand it. So we're kind of lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had to say.
Very nice. Do you want to take us into the first part of thoughtlessness where we're going through our self-realization?
Yep.
So we can establish our self-realization. If you're new watching, you can also get your self-realization.
If you can please put place your feet on the ground, hands on the lap like this. If you're at home, if you're sitting on the floor, that's perfect. Just with your hands on the lap. What we'll do is when we go through a process called the self-realization, that Shri Mataji started in the 1970s, and she gave the permission for the practitioners to teach it to others.
Light the candle.
So in this process, your left hand doesn't move. The left hand represents the left energy channel, that is the channel of pure desire, and the right hand is the channel of action. So what we do is we keep the left hand where it is, and we move the right hand and place it at different parts of our body. So when I say which part, it'll be pretty obvious, but if it's not, you can quickly open your eyes and look at where I'm placing my hand. So for you to have the best outcome, all you have to have is a desire, a pure desire that is basically requesting for your own ascent. So obviously you have made time to come to the program, you're sitting there. How you can help yourself is having that pure desire so that you get it. What you get is what you'll experience more than, better that way than me explaining what you'll get. Or you can close your eyes. Let's take a few relaxed breaths. Let's try and come into the present moment. What that means by theory of negation is you don't think about the past, you don't think about the future, you try not to think about the past and the future. When you don't do that, you'll automatically land in the land of present. We'll place our right hand on our heart. Here, you can repeat the statement that I'm going to say several times. In fact, every statement I say, please repeat in your heart. I'll say it in English, but you're very welcome to repeat this in any language that you like. So with our right hand on the heart, you ask the all-pervading energy that we discussed before. Or if it's too hard, you can just ask Shri Mataji in the photograph. Mother, who am I? Place your right hand on the left side of the stomach, on the rib cage on the left side. Several times in your heart you ask, Mother, am I my own master? We bring our right hand to the place where our leg meets the tummy at the corner. Here, with full sincerity, we ask, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Put our right hand on the left side of the stomach, on the rib cage. Say, Mother, I am my own Guru. Mother, I am my own Guru. We place our hand on the heart again. Answering our own question, we say, Mother, I am the pure spirit. We must let go of all the identifications we have. Typically our jobs or our relationships with our relatives, our sports clubs, whatever identifications you have, they're all layers on top of the pure spirit. So let's go to the roots and acknowledge that. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now place our right hand on the left side of the neck. With your fingers, try and touch the spine right behind your neck and turn your head towards your right shoulder. And here we say, Mother, I am not guilty. Beating ourselves for some past mistake isn't really going to help. So we say, Mother, I am not guilty. We place the center of our right palm on the back of the head. Lift our head towards the sky, eyes still closed. Here we ask for forgiveness. Mother, please forgive me for all the mistakes that I have done in the past. We place the center of the palm, the right palm, on the forehead and bend a little forward towards the front. And here we say, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Now, this step you have to do without any exceptions. It's quite a crucial step for you to experience the all-pervading energy. From your heart, please say, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Now place the center of your palm on top of the head. Press your hand down. You can press a little hard. With humility, you ask, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please let me experience thoughtless awareness. Mother, please let my Kundalini unite with the all-pervading energy. When you feel your attention has settled on top of the head, you can slowly bring your hand back to the lap and keep your eyes closed and stay in that meditative state. For a moment, while our eyes are closed, let's register how we are feeling at the moment. Are we feeling more centered? We feel that our thoughts are not disturbing us as they were before you came to the meditation session. And once you register, you can open your eyes and let's see what Lynn has planned for us.
I thought it might be nice to hear the excerpt about Paramchaitanya from Shri Mataji.
Yeah, right.
And we can have another meditation afterwards. Good. Flower.
So the basis or the essence of the Swadhisthana chakra, though is aesthetics, the force and the energy of Swadhisthana chakra is attention. If you have a wobbly attention, if your attention is 1 minute here, 1 minute there, if you have an attention by which you just can criticize others and cannot see your own faults, if you have an attention by which you show people that you are a frivolous, nonsensical person, then your Guru principle is wasted. It is the effort of Sahaja Yoga that is wasted, and your Guru's job is also wasted. Minimum of minimum. First, the attention has to be pure. But pure attention doesn't mean harshness. It doesn't mean asceticism. It doesn't mean disciplining your eyes like a blinkers of horse. But in all freedom, your attention to be concentrated. Where do we pay our attention the most? If we are honest, we can think on human level, we pay our attention to our children, to our wife, to our husbands, to our family, the relationships which are with love. So, when your attention has got the compassion and the love for another person, then only you can work out the realization of others. If you have to work out the realization of others, it has to be an intense love for another person. If you don't have that intensity, you are just moving your hands, raising the kundalini because your mother has given you powers and it's finished off. That intensity of love can only give you success with your pure attention, and I think the pure attention can only love. Impure attention cannot love, because all impure attention is self-oriented, I-oriented. They are not self in the sense, spiritual-oriented. But the idea that spirituality is love, it seems to be a new idea for many people. They think spirituality means a person who is just absolutely dry like a beanstalk, and nobody can go near that person, nobody can communicate with such a person because that person is too pure. If the soap cannot cleanse your body, what's the use of having the soap? If the soap is afraid to come near you, then it's better not to be called as soap. So, we come to the point that the creativity, if it is our aim, lakshya, for that the attention we should purify. And to be purified with love, with compassion. And the same attention, when it is filled with love and compassion, it gives you dynamism, it gives you strength, it's untiring zeal you get. And the joy of seeing your reflection into another person is very beautiful. No words can describe it. Actually, when you give realization to another person, what you try to see is your image in that person. As if out of an ordinary glass, you are making it into a beautiful mirror. And then you want to see that. That is how you create. You create your own reflections, and through the cleansing of the reflectors, once you understand that without creativity, this Guru Puja is useless for you.
So let's try and come a little more into the present. So we're feeling that love, which is only in the present. We'll just start our second meditation with balancing. So let's just take away anything of the past by putting the right hand towards the earth. The left hand is open. That's the one we're trying to clear. Just with our eyes closed, or you can gaze at the photograph of Shri Mataji with the flame in front, wherever your attention is able to settle. So you're desiring that anything of the past is sucked away into the earth element. So we're not thinking about things that have happened, not reflecting. Just let everything go. Let's take our attention up to the top of our head where we had our hand with Vara earlier. Still with our attention on the top of our head, bring that right hand open on your lap now and just bend the left one. So we're siphoning off any heat of our right-sided activity, our futuristic nature, our thinking, planning. Just let it all be sucked out into the atmosphere. Tension on the top of your head. And dropping that left hand also onto your lap. Just put our right hand on the hip on the right side. Left hand on the hip on the right side. And let's just ask the Paramchaitanya to purify my attention. And let all my thoughts be of a realized soul. Bringing that left hand back down on our lap with our right hand, just bending our forehead into the hand, into the palm. Let's go back to that affirmation. Mother, I forgive. And let all the ego and superego be sucked in by this power of forgiveness. I forgive. Mother, I forgive. And up to the fontanelle bone area, the fountain, pushing down with the center of our palm onto the center of the top of our head. Mother, let me feel the lovely cool silence of thoughtless awareness in the present. When you feel your attention's there nicely, just bring your hand back down into your lap. Just sitting in a comfortable position, palms are up in your lap. See if this music can help stay in that meditative state. And just be aware of how you're feeling. Just do a check-in with yourself. Are you feeling something happening on top of your head? Are your hands feeling cool? And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And we can just finish our meditation by raising our kundalini and putting on a bandhan, which is our daily habit. So the left hand raising up and the right one winding round, tying a knot. Two knots. Three. And then the bandhan over and back over our entire subtle system. 7 times over and back. It's 2. That should be 7. And that'll take you into meditation when you're practicing at home. Daily doing that will keep us out of the folds, hopefully.
Folds, yes.
If anyone has anything they want to ask or share online or in person, feel free. Just give everyone, unless you've already got you've got the chat ability. So very happy to hear from you. Everyone online, feel free. What about everyone here? How was your meditation? Arti, how did you feel?
Just lost.
Thoughtless. Very good. Chaitanya, how did you feel? Got there in the end. Nice. Archana, how did you go?
Yeah, initially it was like warm, and then I did this and this. It was feeling
Oh, good.
yes.
For me today, I felt a cool breeze.
Nice.
That was the first time, but I don't know because it's cool here. Is that
No, I think he's got the heater on.
It's an airtight room.
The air was yours.
That was really cool because after
Nice.
a while it just stopped. So yeah.
Nice. We just need to get there. If we get there daily, then the folds are less.
It-
Or if a fold comes, we just watch it. Don't react.
When it stops, it's a signal that you're letting your brain come in the way.
Which, we've been doing that for 2,000 years, what to do.
Yeah. How did you go?
Yeah, just a bit of warmth in the beginning. It just faded after a while and then started getting a bit of tingling sensation.
Oh, nice. So,
Just
How long have you been coming? This is probably your 3rd, 4th week.
yeah,
2 3
I missed like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Ask me how long you missed. 2 weeks. we are tracking. No, good. So the point I was trying to make is it doesn't take a whole lifetime to do this as long as you're consistent. So you've been doing some at home? You've been meditating at home?
At home, no.
No, you should feel lucky that you feel anything. That's good.
We have to incorporate that into a routine.
I don't know if we talked about that. The brain has an interesting way to mess it up. Like it'll tell you, you might have not talked to a friend for 500 years.
Yeah.
But just when you want to meditate, you'll remember that. It's common. Like a good Indian man, let's say I never did the laundry, but when I just want to meditate, I'll feel like I should help my wife. So that sort of thing. So you just have to defeat that way, especially in the first. I mean, at the core, you are very selfish as human beings. what's in it for me, the ROI. Once for the first 2 months, maybe 5 weeks, 2 months, how much, Rishi, is there a stat on?
The first few weeks.
First few weeks. For the first few weeks, if you just make it like a habit, just assign that time. Like, when you're a kid, if you have kids or if you go to work, that my kids go to school. 9 a.m. is not a negotiable thing. Even if I want to talk to my friend who I didn't speak for 5 years, I'll wait until 9:15. If you can get that discipline for the first 3 weeks, your brain itself will say, okay, I invest 15 minutes and I get less annoyed at work, so I'm saving 45 minutes. It'll do that calculation. So first few weeks, really, that's. I think there is also something about that psychology about habits. What's the thing about habits, Rishi?
It's about 2 weeks to 4 weeks, depending on the size of the habit. But you need to do that consistently, and then you can build a new habit.
So he's a bit qualified in psychology.
Overqualified.
So believe
those qualifications.
He knows. He studied about that. So yeah, so that's what I'd say. Consistency at home, especially with a young kid, is difficult. But once you meditate, the kids are smart. Once you meditate, they'll start coming and sitting next to you. So first, those 10-15 minutes, they'll realize that, oh, this is mommy time kind of things. It's funny how they pick that up. And we sort of make a bit of a khichdi in our head that, oh, they might not understand. They actually understand the vibrations better. So they absolutely do. I mean, ask any of us who have kids. She has grown up, so she might have forgotten. But
I'm my kid now.
Yes.
Now, finally, after 30 years, if it's been a late night, and then I go to bed without having meditation, I think, I'll just go to bed. I won't, and then I think, but I want to.
Yes, yeah.
You give yourself the liberty, but yourself doesn't want to take it.
Because the pain that follows the next day.
Yeah, and then you go, I feel, got a headache.
It's the opposite of a hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good you're all coming consistently.
I'll read you the comments.
Yes.
From our wonderful people online. So Kate says, the vibrations on my hands were so strong. Thank you. Love the benefit of a group meditation. So thank you, everyone. And I got shivers when the music finished. That was cute. iPhone's feeling very relaxed and face is tingling. Thank you. And then Derek was just appreciating having a mentor. It says Derek, but he's actually rubbing. Thank you for getting my mentor. Much appreciated. I had very good vibrations today. So that's nice. So it is a group meditation.
Yeah, you can't really.
So it is nice. I had a nice meditation with everyone. So it was good.
Shri Mataji talks about collective meditation. Sometimes you don't know the reasons why the ancient knowledge has said some things.
Yeah.
It's no accident that, in temples, the group effect is a lot.
Yeah.
Churches, whichever, any religion you take, it's always about community and doing collective things.
Even if you go for a barbecue, it's always much better when everybody turns up.
That's it. Yeah, it's kind of boring to eat your own sausage.
That's right.
So yeah, the collective meditation is you're meditating one single at home, and meditating with 10 people in the collective is not 10x, it's probably like 100x or 1000x times effect. Please keep coming. I think we've solved the collective.
Both. You also need your own meditation so you can see where you are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think what Lynn is saying that it's not enough for you to come on a Monday. You also have to meditate at home.
In between times.
That's called the power of Vishuddhi, telling. No, that's true. All right.
All right. So everyone online, thank you very much for joining. I will put a bit of music on in case you want to carry on meditating or watch the music. Hopefully I do have that. I'll just share.
We can take our faces off.
Oh, yeah, that is true. So bye. We're
See you
taking
later.
faces off and putting some music on.